everyone. Welcome to the Hannah Johns podcast, where we bring people closer to the sport that they love. Today, I have here with me the COO of the St. Louis Shock, Andrew Haines. Andrew, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I want to start with your upcoming event. The Shock have a hometown MLP event coming up in St. Louis on July 17th through 20th. Tell me about how the Shock are prepping to host that event.
Well, we're expecting it to be a world-class event. We're really excited. It's in our home arena, you could say. It's named after our owner, Rich Chaifetz. It's called Chaifetz Arena. It's a 10,000 plus seat state-of-the-art sports arena. The home of St. Louis University basketball. It's a Division I program, but it's going to be a different type of event, a venue than most of the MLPs. So we're really, really excited to get this thing going, and the response in the community has been off the chart so far.
And when you say different, I don't know if some of it's still under wraps, but how can we expect to see this differ from your traditional MLP event?
I think, just the experience itself, obviously the players are great. They're all going to be there. It's the best in the world. But I think the seating structure, the LED and digital assets that are within the arena that are going to help enhance the experience for fans. Climate controlled, which is nice. Just got back from Daytona Beach. It was very muggy there. So hopefully we won't, sweat too much inside there. But, I think just that atmosphere and inside, the noise, the music, we're planning some great stuff for the intros for the Saturday and Sunday night matches. So we want it to be an event. And that's really, my background has been in minor league sports. I've owned minor league sports teams, been involved in minor league baseball, and you have to make it more than just about the sport. And pickleball is a great sport, and we've got a great following, but we want to reach that next level and get new fans, bring new fans into pickleball. And I think we do that by creating just, a great time out. You come out to this event, whether you're a pickleball fan or not, you're going to leave thinking, wow, this was a great time.
Oh, absolutely. We've been waiting for this for so long. I've been in the industry over 5 years now, and getting to finally see pickleball showcased in these huge arenas, these beautiful places where you have the massive, mega TVs, and you can do the fun kiss cams, and
Yep.
this arena where we're going to be is, huge concerts are held there. Some of the legends in the musical world have played there. Other, huge sporting events and pro events, which I think is just fantastic. But yeah, how have you seen the industry sort of level up over the last couple of years?
Yeah, I'll tell you, just from last season to this season, I think, moving these events to home markets where we have teams, I think is a huge advantage, right? We have, boots on the ground in these markets. We're building a huge following in St. Louis. I'm out in the pickleball world, just, playing pickup games and open play and in tournaments. And I'm learning, a lot about the game in my short time in pickleball. But I think that's a big part of it is, being out in that pickleball community, talking to, the average player and an amateur player and just getting feedback from them. It's really helped develop a lot of the programs that we've created with the Shock. And those programs are going to be a direct result of the success that we have here at MLP St. Louis. So we're really excited to launch that. We just launched our minor league program. 110 players participate in that.
Wow.
So it's an army of help. Our staff is small, so we need as much help as we can get. And having 110 players within our Shock family, they're great ambassadors. They're out pushing tickets. They're help promoting. Come July 17th, I think we're going to see that direct impact from that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And for those who don't know, having individual teams host events within their hometown markets is actually new to this year. And the idea is you're going to create this sense of, this is my team. Like, I cheer for the Shock. I wear Shock jerseys. I go to Shock matches, just like the other big sports, such as an NBA team. It's so important for what we're trying to do. I think that the excitement is going to be top notch there. And in St. Louis, I've been to St. Louis. It's a great city. The people really rally behind their sports teams. I'm excited for it.
Oh yeah. St. Louis is a great sports town. You have great support with the Cardinals, the Blues, even St. Louis City soccer. So, you've got that support already. People also in St. Louis, they like it when you're winning, and we're pretty fortunate to have a great team right now.
Yes,
but I think,
you are.
I think what makes this really exciting is just like the team aspect. And, it's still kind of new to a lot of people out there. So like this will be the first team professional event here in St. Louis, and it's just a little bit different than your PPA style. There's that more team camaraderie, and like you said, the hometown team. And so we definitely want to. We've got some good matches set for the July 17th event, so we're really excited to kick that off and face some other top teams in the league.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be some battles for sure. And for those who don't know, obviously ownership is a big part of this, but why is the city of St. Louis so important to the Shock? Where do those roots come from?
St. Louis holds, a special place with Richard Chaifetz, our owner. He went to St. Louis University, and St. Louis University was a big part of his life, and a big component to him being successful. And so, he told the president back at the time that, he would definitely come back and pay it forward. And he has supported the university and supported St. Louis and has donated tens and tens of millions of dollars to the university, to the athletic department. And the entrepreneurial school is named after Richard Chaifetz as well. So it's very important to him. And it kind of like fits perfectly, right? St. Louis is the perfect sports city. They have the venue. He has all the contacts, Ross as well. And I have history in this market. I used to own a soccer team in St. Louis. So me coming back to St. Louis, it's a homecoming for me, and for them, it's so important. So I think it's just a natural fit. And then bring in the squad that we have. And we have all these crazy personalities on our team. You could see that
Yeah.
on our YouTube series, Shock and Awe. You get a little bit of
Oh,
taste behind the scenes, and our team likes to have fun and get out there and mix it up a little bit.
absolutely. And, people said initially, like, oh, it doesn't make sense. These players aren't from this team. So now they're playing for St. Louis, but they're not from there. But I mean, that's like any other sports team,
Exactly.
right? This is not a new
Yeah.
concept. And we've had this, we've implemented protecting your team members so that you can really take like an Anna Bright, and she can grow with the team. She can stay with you guys for, years and years on end, which is great. And then you can start to build this sense of like, this is my team, these are my players. And talk about a great squad that y'all have. I mean, Anna Bright, Kate Fahey, Gabe Tardio, Hayden Patriquin. Like, you can't
Yeah.
ask for more energy than that team is going to bring. How fun has it been to sort of get to know these awesome players on your roster?
Yeah. I mean, last year, Atlanta was my first time ever seeing professional pickleball like live. And I got back home like 2 a.m. My flights got delayed, and the next morning I started playing pickleball, like really for the first time. And I've
Yeah.
played almost every day since. I love it. It's so cool to be, around these guys and see how good they are, just, from a pickleball standpoint. But then you mix in the personalities, and like
Mm,
I feel like that really just meshes with myself. It meshes with our ownership. We're all so passionate and competitive in everything that we do. So you'll see that in Shock and All when we go to Top Golf, or if we're mini golfing, if we're just, doing anything. Everyone is so hyper competitive. The personalities mix. It's definitely a lot of fun, and to see that pro level up close and personal. I tell everyone all the time, it's like a lot of sports. It's good on TV and video, but like in person, it's just a whole nother level. And so I really
yep.
encourage people to come check it out. If you're not in St. Louis, check out one of the other MLP events or PPA events. It's the best players in the world. And we all think that we're good with our, 3-8 dupers or 4-5 dupers, but even 5-0 dupers, it's nowhere close to this level. And you got to get out there and see it. And the great thing is these players are accessible too to fans. So,
Yeah.
the benches are right there. You're seeing them walking on and off the court. They're very friendly for autographs and photos. So it really makes a great event. And then you factor in how young this game is starting to get. It's younger and younger every year. We have a 10-year-old on our minor league program. And so
Wow.
it's just great to see that. We're really looking to develop a youth program and really develop youth that we can, help develop from, amateur all the way up through the pro ranks.
Absolutely. That's so well said. I mean, you go out to an event and it's just entirely different to watch live. It's so much faster than you think it is when you get out there, and the atmosphere is electric. And you're right, like the access to the players, it's not going to stay like this. This
Yeah.
is like the golden era of pickleball where you can still walk up to Hayden Patriquin and be like, "Hey man, can I get a photo?" Like it's not going to be like that forever, and people don't realize that now, but having watched the industry evolve over the last 5 years, it's really headed somewhere really big and really cool, which I love. But yeah, get out there, go check it out. Like I can't say enough good things about the events and so on. So, and then you mentioned, I want to just for everyone out there who might be interested, Shock and Awe. This is a series that you guys are doing about your
Yeah.
team and sort of capturing some BTS behind the scenes type fun things. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, it launches. We've got 3 episodes up.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth episode's coming any day now, and yeah, it just follows the team. I mean, from flying on the private jet with our ownership to scuffles with other teams to trash talk to a little bit of everything, and you definitely want to check it out. It's a lot of fun, and you get to see a different side of it, and our goal is to like really let you get to know us, as an
Mm-hmm.
organization, as players, our ownership, myself, and hopefully that helps, build the Shock brand. And, we feel that right now, um, Major League Pickleball is so new still that there's an opportunity to grab, fans and grab fans all over the
Mm-hmm.
country. And we're not looking to just have you know, St. Louis based fans. We want to be like the Dallas Cowboys or the New England Patriots of
Mm-hmm.
pickleball, and we
Yeah.
want to have a global reach at some point. So that's what
Oh,
we're looking to build.
yeah. With good personalities like y'all have, you can transcend sort of the boundaries of your home city for sure. Yeah, and have these crazy fanatics that follow y'all around, which is the hope. We want that, right? But
Yeah, and,
you
and they're
mentioned
there
okay,
already, which is great. We just
yeah.
got to keep growing it. Yeah.
That's right. Pickleball to the moon, as they say. But I know we're here to talk about MLP St. Louis, which of course we are. But you're also the man who got in between Annaleighwaters and Hayden Patriquin after Patriquin
Uh-oh.
used some foul language towards AL and AL stormed the bench. Can you tell me about that?
I mean, I had a flashback. I thought I was out on the field playing linebacker again, and I saw a running back come in the A gap, and I had to fill that. So, uh, no, I mean, those MLP is very emotional. There's a lot of trash
Yeah.
talk back and forth. There's a lot of things being said in every match, and I think some things boiled over. I didn't hear exactly what happened, but I am going to have our players back at every opportunity and make sure that we try to de-escalate things as quickly as possible. And that's all I tried to do is just get in the way, calm it down, slow it down, like let people think a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and got blown out a little bit, but it's all fun. And we had to come back in Columbus, since I was promoted to head of security, for the Shock as well. And I mean, I have to give a shout out to my father-in-law. He was, head of security for a Fortune 500 company, so
Really?
it's somewhat in the family, I guess. But I went out, got an earpiece, and I had my shades on, and was making sure the perimeter was secure. So
That's great. Yeah, after the incident, your team debuted the t-shirts with, the word security on the back to go along with that. And you can actually buy, I saw the t-shirts on your website now. You can buy the
it's
Shock Security t-shirt.
it's crazy. We sold a ton of those, and I run into people wearing them all the time now. And now I'm kind of like, I think I have a career in security because that's what I'm known for now. But again, that's all part of like the Shock personality. We like to
Mhm.
have fun,
Right.
and we don't want to we don't want it taken the wrong way. But like the situation I think was blown out of proportion a little bit, but
Sure.
at the end of the day, um, all these players know each other so much. They're competing with each other weekly almost, and so
Yeah.
sometimes there's a little history, and sometimes it's in fun. Sometimes there is some rivalry, and I'm going to try to keep the peace where we can, and also protect our squad.
For sure. Yeah. And it was like one of those micro moments that like blows up when you're really close to the sport and you go every week and you know the players, you're like, yeah, this happens all the time. Like this
Yeah.
is literally court 16 like daily. So like, and it may,
Yep.
it gets blown up and oh my gosh, who was in the right, who was in the wrong, and all this like misinformation is spreading about it as well. But
Yeah.
truth is, like, it's sports, emotions run high. This is just what happens. Look at any
Yeah.
other sport and you deal with it the best that you can. But I really like what y'all did. Your sense of humor and your playfulness as like a team and a brand is something that I think is going to make you stand out. It's going to get you fans. And I would
Yep.
rather somebody have a love or hate opinion on me than no opinion at all, right?
Yep. And that's what it is. I mean, people love us or hate us. And, like I said, our squad has we've got a swagger about us, and, on the court, off the court.
Yeah.
And, again, if we're playing you, you probably hate us, but, and some fans don't like that. But for the most part, I mean, the response has been great. People can see, like, it comes from a passion and a passion to be the best. And
Yeah.
that's the bottom line. Across the board, everyone in this organization, it's about being the best at whatever we do. We want to dominate on, off the court. And, I feel like we're doing a good job with that right now. We've got to see Dallas again here pretty soon.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
neck and neck with them right now, and can't wait to see them this season.
Yeah, you are a winning team. I think y'all had only your first loss of the season at the last event, correct?
Yeah, against
MLP
the Mad Drops. I
Daytona.
mean, yeah,
Yeah.
LA is. I mean, they're a great squad. I mean, they've got some great players on there, and
Mm-hmm.
and they got us in the Dream Breaker, and so I think the good thing is our team really responded well after that.
Mm-hmm.
We went. I think we only lost one game out of the 5 matches. So we responded really well, and if we're going to lose one, I'd rather lose it now and not at the end of the season. So
For
let's
sure.
let's correct it and get on a roll here.
That's right. You can use it as motivation as well. And I think like as we're heading towards playoffs, you guys are obviously going to make that cut based on your record as of now. So, but yeah, you just take it and you learn from it and move on. But we mentioned the incident between AL and Hayden. Because of that, you actually wrote history as a team. I don't know if you guys know, probably you do, but MLP actually changed their rule handbook because of that. And they no longer have the teams switch benches when players are switching sides of the court. And that's to minimize opponent contact, which I think is actually really cool. And I would love to hear your thoughts on what it's like being on the cutting edge of like a new industry as like MLP is working to find like the sweet spot of what they're trying to build.
I mean, I think it's really cool. It's one of the things that was really enticing about the job opportunity here is just that it is so new. And a lot of the things we've done over the last, 13 months or however long I've been here is like trial and error, trying to figure out like
Sure.
how do we make this a viable business and really develop it. And we've really, I think, done a good job in leading the pack and collaborating with other teams in the league, trying to like elevate everyone up. And Adam with Brooklyn, their CEO, he's been a great asset for me, just bouncing ideas off of, and some others throughout the league, down in Dallas and the Ranchers. It's been really good to just be able to bounce ideas off and then figure out best practices so that we can really elevate MLP as a whole, because I think it's such a great product. Team aspect of it is unbelievable, and there's so much room for growth all around.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. And I love that you pointed that out, that it's not just about you against all the other teams. They're not just opponents, they're friends. They're part of MLP. And when,
Yep.
high tide raises all ships, and that attitude and sort of talking to each other, making sure that we're building this thing together is the right attitude to have all around, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. Well, and it also makes it more fun when we play each other. We're
True.
all friendly off the court, and then it's like, okay, you're going to get beat down now. So, and we can
That's
all
right.
talk a little trash. So,
Sure.
but it makes it fun. I mean, you think about it, like, if I'm playing like, my brother or a family member, or like, it's like my son now, he's 21, and like, I don't want him to beat me. Like,
Oh, no.
so it's like, so it's very similar with the other teams. It's like, we want everyone to be successful. We want the league to be successful, but we want to demoralize them on the court. So
That's right. That's the attitude you got to have.
yeah,
For those out there who want to come out and watch or play, we also have an amateur side of MLP St. Louis.
yeah.
So for those interested in that, I'm going to have QR codes at the end of this podcast, and I'm also going to link the ticket and tournament registration pages in the description below. I also want to call out, you can follow the St. Louis Shock on social media at stlouisshock MLP. I'll try to throw that up here as well. And you can buy merch, and you can also buy private lessons from a pro on y'all's website, which is really cool. And as we talked about before, there's some fun merch on there, including a security T-shirt. So
I need backup in July, so let's get an army of security officers out there with me.
I love it. All right, can't wait. Andrew, thanks so much for joining me. Good luck to the team in July.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks for having me.